What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel. Your source for all y'all boxing needs. So it can be sauce too, because we are given the sauce.
Yeah, your sauce boxing needs. That's a good one.
It's not bad, right? It's not bad at all. So we might switch it up to that, man. But last Friday was an amazing fight card. First Amazon Prime
Saturday.
card.
Yeah.
Was it Saturday? It was Saturday. Yeah. Saturday. And man, that fight card did not disappoint at all. Fireworks from top to bottom. Wow. For the first show, amazing.
Man, it started. I was just gonna say the start of the year. PBC started a little late. It's what, 8 March, April now actually. And they put their first card literally the beginning of end of March. But I'd say they redeemed themselves. It was a great card, man, from start to finish. We got our prospect Cromel Mutton. Justin Valoria fought at the end. But yeah, it was just all the fights didn't disappoint, and I loved it, man. Every single fight that they had.
Agreed. The fans won, man. Let's go over this fight card. It was literally fireworks from top to bottom, man. The first fight, Mr. Bohachuk against Brian Mendoza. Bohachuk came out with a decision.
Man, it was
what do you think?
Performance. Obviously, with Fundora getting elevated to the main event, Bohachuk needed a dancing partner, and he had Ryan Mendoza. Tough. What a tough fight, man. It was a barn burner. And all Bohachuk's wins came from knockouts. He has 100% knockout ratio. However, Brian Mendoza never got knocked down. So it was a great barn burner fight. But at the end of the day, Bohachuk's pressure got to Mendoza. And all I can say is a great performance. He was ready for Fundora, but obviously with the last minute, it was still, a great performance. Hats off to both fighters, because it wasn't like a shutout, right? It was a really close fight, and hats off to both fighters. And sky's the limit for both of the fighters. To be honest, Brian Mendoza still put on a great show.
Yeah, I unfortunately missed a few of these fights, but man, watching the highlights, wow, just wow, very toe to toe.
He was, yeah, and the performance that he did, man, I could have just imagined a Fundora Bohachuk fight, because he fights like Fundora. He loves fighting on the inside combinations, and that's what he did, against Brian Mendoza, and he was successful. So I can't wait to see him in other events, and I know he will, because he just got the W, so he will be, he will be participating, and I can't wait to see him.
Exactly. And the next fight, Mr. Julio Cesar Martinez versus Angelino Cordova.
The little man with big heart. Man, one thing I like about the smaller weight classes is they go.
Oh yeah.
You rarely see boxers, even though there's other boxers, but man, if they go, they go, and that's what they did. Julio Cesar was taxing that as the first half. However, Cordova, man, he adjusted a little bit, and he was able to make it a closer fight. But at the end of the day, it was Martinez's pressure from the start to finish that got him the W, and he deserves more. He deserves more belts, because right now he defended his belt, and I can't wait to see what's the future the future has so for him.
Exactly, and his in round 3 was crazy. Early in the fight too, knocked him down twice. I think.
Yeah. That's it. But I watched it. I thought it was over. I was like,
yeah,
to go. And then Cordova, man, the warrior that he is, he adjusted. He was able to make it a close fight. Obviously, at the end of the day, the knockdowns made a difference. So
big.
That's off to both fighters too. I mean, we forgot to mention this whole card. Well, not whole cards. From Bohachuk to the main event, they're all world title fights.
Yeah, Bohachuk
being an interim world title, but they're all for belts, man. So again, hats off to PBC, Amazon Prime for making this great card.
Amazing card. Now the next fight. Oh man, heartbroken for sure. It's a brutal sport. Erislandy Lara versus Michael Zerafa. Wow, man, that was because I'm backing my boy Michael Zerafa all the way.
Yeah,
right. I thought he was gonna tax that ass, to be honest with you. Right, but Lara's distance, his timing, power. When he got Zerafa with that one straight cross.
Yeah, it was a cross. Yeah.
Well, he couldn't get up. He was done.
Yeah. His legs were shut. Like, he was looking at his legs and it was like literally frozen. And, you know, the unfortunate thing is it was literally like 5 seconds left. But, you know, if the ref sees you can't fight, man, it's over. What I noticed, man, Zerafa had the right game plan. Him and Donaire. He was just touching him a little bit because we know as the Cuban style in Lara, they download a little bit and they tend to box a little bit more in the first couple of rounds, which obviously what Lara did, he just downloaded the whole 2 rounds. But Zerafa had the right game plan, you know, but it's boxing. But at the end of the day, you got to protect yourself. And, you know, Lara was able to download that information, you know, Zerafa's movements until, you know, he was able to. He was ready to unleash, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I got him with a beautiful 1-2. Like, that was textbook. Boom. Blind him with the jab, too. Boom. Man, but it's a brutal sport. But Zerafa will be back. He will be back.
That's what I was just going to say. It's, you know, it's not how you lost, man. It's how you bounce back from your losses. This is not his first loss. He's bounced back before. I'm hoping he gets more title shot, right? Lara being, you know, the older guy, he's 40. You know, age is going to catch up to him and someone's going to take that belt. And, you know, if Zerafa stays on track, get a couple of fights, get a couple of wins, he'll be back. He'll be right back there in the mix, man.
Exactly. Just take time, man. Now, the co-main event, in my opinion, was the best fight of the night.
No doubt.
Best fight of the night, Mr. Cruz versus Rolando Romero. Wow, Isak. This round of applause.
He did not disappoint. And the new 140 champion, man. We got Pitbull Cruz. Man, but I got to give credit where credit's due, man. Rolly dig deep. I was digging deep since round 1, but hey, he tried to outbox. He had the right game plan. Obviously, with Pitbull's pressure, it was hard, and he got momentum right away, right off the bat, round 1. But Rolly had the right game plan. He was trying to box. The jab to the body was key. You know, he had the right game plan. It was just obviously he's just about executing it, and he was unsuccessful that night. But what are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts on this fight is, number 1, Cruz is a dog, man. First and foremost. Second thing, why the hell is Cruz throwing many jabs? What the hell was that? The whole time the fight was happening, we're like, bro, all he's throwing is wild hooks.
Wild hooks and overhands.
Yeah, I'm like, jab. Yeah.
It looked like
right, but throw some jabs. Look for openings, right? But hey, it's working for him, right? But as he progresses in competition, let's say against someone like Matthias, Haney, I don't know if that's gonna work with them.
Yeah, it's you know, it's his pressure is relentless. But obviously he's gonna need more punches in his arsenal to once he takes that step up. And guess what? He's already there.
Yeah.
Now he has a target on his back, right? But based on that performance, though, man, I swear his head is just hard because Rolly kept doing this. I don't know if you noticed it. Every time he's like, and then he goes like this. Like either he's adjusting his glove or his hand hurts. Because guess what? Tank did the same thing against Pitbull. I don't know what's in that guy's head, but I know damn well that thing is hard, man. Because it's when you punch him in the face, you don't hurt him; he hurts you, and all you do is punch him, right? And you're the one punching him. But yeah, Pitbull's defense, it's just, you know, high guard, take punches. The thing with Pitbull, man, if you can't hurt him, well, he's gonna be in your face all day. And I don't think anyone has hurt him. And that's exactly what happened. You know, Rolly tried, man. He was hitting him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, again, if you don't hurt him, which he wasn't, he just kept coming. The pressure got to him. Obviously, the round 1 helped because he had momentum. And, you know, when it was time, it's time, man. And I was going to say, I agree with the stoppage. The ref even gave him a little bit more time. How long? That was pretty long.
That was really long, yeah.
Right, with the tape?
The tape too. Yeah, what the hell was that? That was crazy. I'm like, dude.
A minute.
Yeah.
And literally, obviously it wasn't enough. So hats off to Pitbull, man. He's now the WBA champion. What do you before we move on though, who do you think, who do you want to see him fight next?
I would really love for him to fight Matias. That would be a crazy, crazy fight.
Man, I don't think they'll need judges for that. I think they just need paramedics and more doctors, man.
Yeah.
I think that's someone gonna die. And Matias already killed someone.
Straight up, man. But that would be a crazy fight. Do you want to see that fight too? Or who do you want to see him?
My number one was Matias. Obviously, he's both champions. It just makes sense. I don't want to see a Haney fight. I just think Haney's gonna be a superior boxer. He's not gonna get into a fight with Pitbull, which he shouldn't. The other champion is Tszyu, right? Which I think, probably do the same as Haney, but if you really want to get your money's worth, I agree with you, man. Either, I got two guys. Maybe three. Number one is Tank. Rematch with Tank. But then again, Tank is at 135, and obviously Pitbull is now the champion at 140. So maybe remove that. But two guys. If we don't get obviously we just talked about Matias. If we don't get that, I want to see him against Lolo, bro. Ismael Barroso. Because I'm not even going to lie, based on, Ismael should have been the champion. My opinion. He got stopped by Rolly. But with Lolo's performance last time, beating an undefeated fighter, I wouldn't mind seeing that, man. It's good. If like I said, if we don't get the Matias fight, because that's gonna be a fun fight to watch.
That's gonna be fireworks. That's gonna be fireworks too. 100%. They're both gonna come swinging.
Oh, exactly. That's what we want, and we know damn well they're both gonna come swinging.
Exactly. Yeah. The one thing too about Cruz, because like you said, Rolly was hitting him, but bro, his face the whole time, nothing's face.
That's what I said.
Crazy poker face. Yeah.
I don't know what's in there.
I was like, dude, is this guy even getting hurt? Like, he just had his chin down, marching you down the whole time. I'm like, bro, nothing can stop this guy.
Like, even if you hit him clean, there's nothing. And we got to remember, he fought Tank.
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt at all. Not even close. Like, my opinion, Tank won, but it was a harder fight for Tank rather than Pitbull. Even if Tank won. Because it's just his head. He broke his head. See, he broke his hand punching that guy's face. That's how hard Pitbull's face is, man. I think that's why I said, man, if you can't hurt him, they're going to keep coming forward, bro.
Exactly. Now the main event, Sebastian Fundora versus Tszyu. First and foremost, congrats, Fundora. That was a crazy fight. Take it from here, SP, man.
He got his belt. But before we go through the breakdown, man, I just want to say one thing. Tszyu, hats off to you. I said it in our, the previous video. He didn't have to take this fight. 12 days notice. Going from Keith Thurman, 5'8", 5'9", against a 6'6" southpaw. He didn't have to take this fight. Sebastian Fundora had nothing to lose. Tszyu could have just said, we'll reschedule. Or when Thurman's good, or we can cancel this and we can have an actual training camp for a certain person, man. But he said it too, man. He's a throwback fighter, and that's what I love, man. People are bringing it back. Boxing he's trying to bring it back. He didn't say no. He fought the fight.
Yeah.
Did he lose? In my opinion, he lost a close one. Yes. But also, in my opinion, I think he's the better fighter than Fundora that night. He in my opinion, if he didn't get that really big fight there, he probably would have got him out of there. Because the first two rounds, man, I was like, damn. We got to remember the first 2 or 3 rounds, he broke Fundora's nose right away. 2 people were bleeding, not just him. His was from the elbow. Fundora's nose was broken already. So he, with that vision, in my opinion, he would have won. But that's boxing, man. It happens. Whatever boxing throws at you, you got to fight. And that's what he did. That's why I still applaud him. He gave no excuses. He could have literally said, I took this 12 days notice. I couldn't see. It is what it is, man. But he fought the fight. He was he was hitting Fundora. It's just the late rounds, man. I'm surprised with Fundora's jab. I wasn't expecting him to throw jabs. He's always been an inside fighter. But, man, that's all my takeaway, man. Fundora was able to, use a different tactic on Tszyu. He took advantage of Tszyu not being able to see, and he was jabbing. So Tszyu had the jab and the blood coming. And, man, hats off to Fundora, man. I agree with the decision. What do you think?
I thought it was all due respect to Fundora, but if he didn't cut Tszyu with his elbow accidentally, it would have been a whole different story.
That I can agree on.
Whole different story, right? Because even with the blood all across his face, he couldn't see. Tszyu was still hitting him really clean.
Yeah.
Right. And mind you, yes, Tszyu was handicapped this fight, whatever. Right. It was still a close fight.
Yep.
So if this rematch happens, bro, Fundora's going away. Thanks for babysitting the belt, damn, man.
Thanks for making us money too, though.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the parlay, babe. Come on, wait, what? But yeah, it was crazy. And the fact that he won the fight with just the jab.
He threw 600 jabs?
Yes, 600 jabs.
Half of his punches were jabs.
Yeah, he took full advantage of it, right?
I can't believe him.
No, I would too. I was telling you on the night of the fight, I'm like, bro, I'm adding this to my arsenal. You're like, what? Accidentally elbowing people and then just hitting the cut. In
Fundora's defense, man, it wasn't even Fundora's fault.
No,
if you watch the video, Tszyu was the one he was
dove into it.
Dip. Yeah, and yeah, with how how bony he is, plus that impact, that was a big cut. Obviously, changed the whole momentum because literally from round 3 to 4.
Yeah,
you saw Tszyu he changed his game plan right away because I guess it was so big that he was scared that it was going to be stopped. It could have been a no contest.
Yeah.
Yet he fought for 10 more rounds, and like I said, it was a great fight for both. I think that's probably one of the bloodiest fights I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, big time. Because as soon as that cut happened, he went back to his corner, put his head down.
Oh man,
leaking everywhere. Holy smokes! I didn't think it was going to be a big deal until he sat down and they're putting all that Vaseline on it. I'm like, bro, holy smokes!
To be honest, when I saw it, I even said, I'm like, okay, this is gonna get stopped. It was too much.
Yeah,
but I didn't expect to go 12 rounds. And you always got to remember, it's not just Tszyu. This guy, nose Fundora, was broken. He was also, just from the nose down. That's why it was so bloody. But man, what do you think's next for both fighters? And I'll start, man. I think, although we know the arrow spins came up, trying to promote the fight, Terrence Crawford saying you gotta wait in line. Man, I really think this fight deserves a rematch. Tszyu deserves that rematch. It was a great fight. People are going to pay for it again. There's a lot of what ifs. It was a really close fight. It could have gone, just take Tszyu, but it could have been a draw. But I really want a Tszyu rematch to happen. Hopefully no cuts, but, that will really determine who's the better man. Not to say Tszyu's going to win, right? They both fought each other already. They know what they're about, so there's adjustment to be made, and they're going to have a full training camp this time.
True.
What do you think?
I agree with you there, man. I want to see that rematch. I don't want to see Fundora fight Spence. I don't want to see him fight Crawford because we both know what's going to happen. Fundora's going to night-night. He's going to sleep.
Yeah.
Again. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that fight. I want to see the rematch happen. Full fight camp. Winner takes all.
Yeah.
Take the belt back,
Yeah. Take the belt back or keep it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, it'll be a good matchup, man. Again, because I wouldn't mind watching that. I know there's going to be a lot of adjustments. Will Fundora keep the jab? I suggest yes. Will Tszyu be more active? Right? We don't know. Moving on though, what are your thoughts with Errol Spence calling him out after?
I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? Then it zoomed in on his face. I'm like, holy smokes.
Yeah, they might have to fight at 160.
Yeah,
because of Fundora.
Right? I thought that was just kind of funny. I'm like, what? Like, Mans first came into the ring wearing a big ass chain That should have been to Derek James. Wait, what? right?
Heavier
way heavier. I just thought that was hilarious.
Man, I think it's just marketing by PBC. It sucks how, you know, at the end of the day, money is money. It's about money. If we don't get Tszyu fight, I wouldn't mind a Terrence Crawford fight. Number one is because he's already the mandatory. The WB already ordered the fight. So Fundora has to defend it or else he gets stripped. But same time, Fundora is a PBC fighter. Guess who's a PBC fighter, right? Errol Spence Jr., man. You know what? If we don't get the Tszyu fight, I think we will get the Spence fight before Crawford. And again, it sucks. We all know Spence lost to Crawford, but at the end of the day, it's about money, and they're both PBC fighters. That's what I can see, man. But I'm really hoping that Fundora takes the fight against Tszyu, takes that rematch, possibly in Vegas, possibly in Australia. It's probably going to be in Vegas because, you know, Fundora's the defending champion. And, you know, and then after that, then we probably move on, man. I want to see Crawford fight at 154 just as much as you. If he doesn't get, obviously, if Fundora signs with Tszyu, he could fight someone else. You know, maybe a Bohachuk, you know what I mean? Or a Brian Mendoza.
Yes.
Just to say hi, just to say what up to that 154. Same with Spence.
Yeah.
What hell? Maybe they both fight.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. You know, I want to see a rematch of Tszyu, Fundora, Spence fighting someone at 154. Same with Crawford. And then winner fights. They fight each other. That's it. By the end of the year, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
It needs to happen, man. I have a big feeling it's gonna happen too. So one way to find out, man, they're just gonna keep putting all these great fights on, which I know they will. I have full trust in these guys now. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the tank announcement, though. So.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So let us know what you guys think. Was that an easy win for Fundora? No. Does Rolly deserve a rematch?
Oh, hell.
And just let us know what you guys think. What do you guys want to see next? Please do.
Let us know.
Let us know, man. Until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in.